other body that's conducting itself in an anti-constitutional way.
The way I see it is if you work in a deep state of fake to where your negative emotions take control of like your behaviors and stuff like that, where you're so dense.
And isn't the Senate in its role under our Constitution as it was debated at the
But if you're such in a deep fake state,
Madison was worried about
to where it controls you exponentially make you more negative.
You have a 2/3 supermajority.
But cover it up and cover it up so deep that you're in such a deep within your deep state of fake.
So must the nation
what can somebody learn from you?
Or can they say?
What can you actually tell somebody? Or what exchange of communication can somebody learn from you, learn about you, learn of what you are of? In any case,
a broad consensus that what the House has done was essentially...
whether it be a witch hunt and be like, oh, you know what, I'm totally in isolation.
It was a runaway House, violating constitutional norms. But just say
or
that
whether it be
was
like, whether it be a frack, or be like, exhaust that fall you into like
in a
whole
bipartisan
new era
fashion had decided to waterboard the witnesses.
Sustainability.
What would the Senate
that
do?
should be anecdotal. If you want, if you do a sustainability or that,
it might very well say we're not going to give credence to torture.
And I want to give
House
credence to give it as credence of like upper division.
I'm just not going to do that. I think it has the raw power to do it. Under the circumstances that we're confronting here, I come back to this unwritten rule of Como.
What I'd say
we're going to respect
what it is on,
and we're going to now
the
decide
credence.
how.
Now, if I go east to say, arbitrarily, I say, if you're still within a deep state of fake, and you're so-called,
we heard in the
in the scam or in the Ponzi America, if you alter yourself, right? If you alter yourself, constantly rewrote to say provide housing to younger people, provide a car, a phone to younger people,
that proceeding,
and in a sense to see where the responsibility goes, then I would have to say that I'm guilty. I'm guilty because a lot of the times, a lot of the pies in the face are justifiable.
You really got it.
You know what I mean? Because,
and by the way, you're one of the witnesses. I'm so sorry, you can't have it both ways. We call it
that's it. You know,
incoherence.
And so if you're picking my brain at that age and saying, well, what do you see? Well, I'm like, well, no, I don't know what to say. But you can take all these examples as like, how did people act like this? And I mean, and like, you know what I'm saying, and like as so-called categorizations.
Figures one will lead to the next.
Right. So.
But he left a few names out. Why doesn't Schumer want to hear from the so-called whistleblower or Hunter Biden?
Hunter Biden.
And of course, comedy. We
call that shit. Okay, take my grab. So there's certain witnesses they want and certain witnesses they don't want. But your point is, and I want to underscore it, make sure I'm right. You had your shot at the investigation. The Senate doesn't have to now fill your gaps with additional people. And if it's so overwhelming as you keep telling the American people in every form that you're in, then let's just make a judgment on the facts. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
If you provide housing for young people that are so-called
Assistant Secretary of State.
And you give the people our tools to say give themselves housing.
And then you have a conversation. Why do we need to hear from them again?
But the end result is like people who act in a deep fake estate, to the person who's provided such outlets for you to be in such a way, then it's basically a lie. It's basically a lie because you know I don't. There's no justification in that. There's no due process not acknowledged in that. There is no due process, and it's acknowledged that on the negative feedback you get from it. And talking about it's great. You know what I mean?
This is result oriented and partisan. that I only want to hear from
is it yes or no?
witnesses that
Yes,
I
it's
think
as
can
bad.
help
It's
us
worse
work.
off
I have a
because people
message
are still
for those
poor.
calling
People
for
still can't
witnesses
count,
who you think will be
and
favorable.
people still
Be
think they're like
careful
like
what you ask for.
super
Witnesses
ego
frequently
when
come
they're
with
weak ego in high
surprises.
school, or just super
We'll be right back.
super ego now.
We had really sweaty hands.